This is Jeff with Elevate E.D.M again, and I am with MSTERX.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
So, MSTERX, tell me a little bit about yourself. You have connections into Hawaii?
Yes. I grew up in Hawaii. I've been living out there back and forth, taking summer visits since I was around the age of 7. And I've been all over the island. My father, he owned the Uniqlo travel company.
Okay.
And through his connections back here on the mainland, he had group tours from Hawaii Packages.
Oh, wow.
To do different sporting events. And like that's the whole connection. So from 7 to let's say 20, I was always taking summer trips back there. So I'm good on all islands, man.
So when was the last time you were back out on the island?
2004, I was out there for family visit.
You miss it at all?
All the time. I'm planning on moving my family out there at some point. I'm looking at more or less like I'm an Oahu guy, but the prices are you know, whew. But you know, I was looking at like Kona and Kailua. Hey,
countryside out there.
Yeah, man, I love it. So I used to, well, like I said, my dad had a travel company, so we were always going to different islands: Maui, Molokai, Big Island, mainly just Maui and the Big Island.
Very cool, very cool.
Where his business ventures was.
Right.
So Hawaii is my blood, man.
So being from there, you grew up there.
Oh yeah.
Did you think that Hawaii would be doing it big up in the EDM scene at all?
Oh, I know. Club Ginsu, right?
Ginza is one of them.
Off the hook out there.
Ginza, Vice, of course.
One of my buddies, Panic City, another up-and-coming producer from the Bay Area as well. He just spun out there. So I've been seeing a lot of good things from Hawaii. And actually on Facebook, I'm friends with the Hawaii Salsa Club. It's a dance instructor.
Okay, right.
These events, and I'm like, I can't even remember. I think somebody added me into the group. And I'm like, I don't turn up and down, especially if anyone's a lover of music. So, yeah, man, Hawaii runs through my blood. I paddled out there. I paddled for Lani Kai. So, you know, young junior boy. So, yeah.
Right.
And I, watched my dad do all that stuff. So
how did you personally get into productions?
Production is through the family. It's a family trait. My great-grandfather, his name was Cy Smith, and Dee Smith, his brother. They taught at Mel Bay Studios. They were classically trained guitarists. Mel Bay Studios is I don't know if like you check like sheet music or jazz music. It's all in St. Louis, Missouri, Mel Bay. They were also on the road with Duke Ellington and Count Basie. Through them, they taught my uncles. My uncles had a studio called Premier Productions. They did a lot of hip-hop. They did stuff for Hammer, Too Short, RPL Posse, back in like, let's say, 91, 94 with the heydays of that. I was 10 running around the studio then, learning how to play bass, learning how to play, well, I've been playing drums since I was 3, learning how to play piano and shaping as a songwriter. And one thing led to another. I've been producing since I was 14. Professionally, as actually getting compensation and monetizing since I was like 19. I got a record deal. Like I told you, my buddy and I, Jay Valentine, we were writing for NSYNC at the time. We did a lot of stuff with Keisha Cole, Maya. So I'm on those old records if you check it out. That's an engineer. So yeah, man.
That is very
Jeff
cool.
Smith. So you got or Jay Smith, because on records they don't let you put your first name. It's always your first initial and your last name. So yeah, so I have a lot of engineering credit as that.
So Hawaii has a lot of up-and-coming guys.
Oh yeah.
And you came up to the Discovery Project. You were alumni of Nocturnal last year?
Yes, sir.
What can you tell the guys out in Hawaii that are producing and trying to get their names out right now?
This is the thing. Play what you love. Stay true to what you are. If you have a sound, try best to attend these events, because attending these events can tune your ear drastically. Listening to them on laptop speakers, you can't get all the frequencies. Until I started attending masses, before I started spinning masses, I attended them. Attend them and don't just party. Listen. The frequency band is broken down. The high frequencies are at the top. The mids punch in and the lows are at the bottom. I mean, you gotta break it down. It's like I use the sound system here to find the different tricks for bass lines, because certain bass lines cut off and you can hear. If they don't tickle the sub speakers, then you have to cut that frequency off. You know what I mean? So what I can tell you is stay true to the music. Gotta have musicianship first and foremost, and then gravitate with the technology. My good friend, engineer, his name is D. He works down in Los Angeles. He always tells me, master the technology, unlock your creativity. So send your stuff in, submit it, do a kick butt mix. 30-minute, give it your all. You gotta throw the kitchen sink these days, man. There's so much stuff coming out in new technology. You have to embrace it just to be able to stay on that cutting edge, to be viable.
Okay.
Because if you're not, it's just like, it's so easy to sound like last year.
Right.
And this scene, every 3 months, it seems like it's a new recycling.
There's a new genre coming out.
Every exact subgenre.
I don't even know all the subgenres anymore.
I'm hard pressed to keep up with it myself. But the great thing about it is, these events, I treat them as a business situation. Like, it's great, it's a party, it's incredible. But if this is what you do, this is what you do. This is work.
Right.
And I treat it as that. And I feel like this is the greatest experience to have Insomniac to have branched out so much to where you can go to different cities and you don't have to fly all the way to Vegas. They come to you. So for different people in your city too, try to go to these events. Do your best, because when you hear it on these sound systems, it tells all. Especially if you listen to frequencies like I do.
Right.
I don't know. I may be just talking like, engineer jargon, but it makes sense to me. You know what I mean? So that's really what it is. Enter and do your best, man. And they listen. They respond. Insomniac responds. They're prompt. They're straightforward, and they're cool. They're the best promotions company I've dealt with this far.
If you could give any tips for the kids or the young up-and-coming producers trying to enter the Discovery Project, what could you tell them?
Originality in your music. That's first and foremost. Kick-ass set. You gotta bring it. Like, whatever your genre is, they listen. And technically, they listen more towards your production than your set. Your set has to be spot on. That doesn't mean you lackluster over your set. It just means pay more attention to production. Because I got attacked on my shoulder about 4 or 5 years ago from I can't mention his name, but he's pretty well known in the industry, in the E.D.M scene. He told me it's all about production. So get your chops.
Going on that, because me and my friends talk about this quite a bit. How do you feel about being just a DJ or just a producer? And how do you feel about having to be coming into both of them? I think you have to meld them personally.
To be either one on the other side, you'll miss. If you're a producer in the studio, you'll miss all the goodness that's here. If you're just a DJ, you'll miss everything that can elevate you as a DJ in the future. I know DJs and they've been DJing for 25 years in the same scene. Why? Because they don't produce. Then I know producers who can't get where I'm going. Why? Because they're not great DJs. And then they sit at home, they put their songs out on SoundCloud, nothing happens. And I know it's because it's so many people doing music. You have to get it to minute, fine.
Is it because as a producer, it's hard to be able to play in front of people and get your own music out there? That's where the DJ part comes in.
Say that again?
So if you're a producer, the DJ part comes in so that you're able to get your music played out to the audience.
That's the meat and potatoes, man. That's the icing on the cake. There are very few outlets. Like, I come from, like I told you, I've worked with Keisha Cole, Maya, Boyz II Men, and other people as well. Those gigs and those days are a little over. Like, what are you gonna do? Okay, you submit your song to a label. If it's not candy, the lyrics, if they can't I liken it to like this. If you can't do a record, if they can't attach to a Sears commercial, go away. If they can't put it on a Tide commercial, go away. If they can't attach it to some type of corporate campaign, so that's not where I want it to be. I want it to have freedom and expression. So I felt like I caught this scene at a perfect time, because it is, you can't say this is underground anymore.
Oh, of course.
But the same principles remain. It started, and you can feel the foundation. And people like Insomniac, with the Discovery Project, searching for new talent, with the roots to the original. I could start something today and have, submit your new music, but I don't have ties as far as 93. You know what I mean? In E.D.M. So it's great that companies like Insomniac can branch out and have new ways for new artists to just be heard and provide them an outlet to perform. So I've done my biggest gigs with Insomniac,
and that's cool.
It's a blessing.
And last one. you produce multiple genres of music with big artists.
Yes.
What is your favorite?
Favorite genre?
Favorite genre to produce? Popular guy over here. All
I
the
would
ladies
love
love you.
to say right now, dubstep, and I'm doing a great combination with roots reggae and dubstep infused. But I'm not abusing the tradition, the reggae and the Rastafari community. It's very, like, they're sacred with their stuff, and they don't like the cross promotion. So I've been kind of easing in and not, quote unquote, destroying their songs.
Right.
And I've been adding good music and good chord progressions. Play an instrument, you gotta know chords. You gotta know chords. All that stuff you hear, those dudes are not just DJs. Those dudes know chords. Zed plays. Look him up. Zed plays piano, dude.
Of course.
Like, you'd be surprised. Like Deadmau5, these dudes play. They play Skrillex. They play things. You know what I mean? So I don't like when people say, "Oh, you're just a DJ. You just no."
You're a musician.
That's the technology, and the times have shifted to where this is the creative outlet that we feel most comfortable with. But to say, "Oh, you're just a push button DJ," I mean, I still spin CDJs, but then vinyl cats are upset at that. "Oh, you don't spin vinyl." So,
and then of course you got the controllers coming in, and the CDJ guys are saying exactly.
Hey, however,
It's just a new technology.
Bring it. However, I have Tractor too. On some gigs, I use Tractor, but I've noticed it's just a smoother transition, and I don't have to plug in and out of.
Right.
But I can just beat match behind somebody. So learn those decks. It's great because when you learn the decks, it makes Tractor. Oh, you're a wizard. You're a wizard. Then you won't need the sync button so much.
All right, thank you very much for your
All right,
time.
man. Bless you. Bless you.